Hey Matt, it's Lee from Amion. I wanted to make you a quick video to show you a few things. Might be even easier than a phone call, and it's something you can hang on to as well. So out at amion.com, our website, I'm in the middle of writing you back there. If you log into amion.com with Site, S-I-T-E, you see an enterprise account. This is a big hospital system out on the West Coast that uses Amion in each of their several dozen groups. Each one is managed independently. So there's somebody in anesthesia who handles their part of this list, somebody in bioethics who handles their much smaller part of this list. Same thing with cardiac surgery. We helped them build this grid. It's a separately managed group of staff that's handled by Carol at hospital.org, this fake person who handles just cardiothoracic surgery. If you are building a single license, by contrast, all of these are single licenses that are grouped together under a single login, which is great for switchboard folks who need to see everything that's happening at a single time across the hospital. A single license, here now I am in the on-call program, the schedule building side of things. This single license can be pretty huge. If you have lots of rows that you want to add, lots of services, you can add many services, and the grid will become, bigger and bigger. You can get it to be as big as you'd like. You can chop it up into more manageable subsets. These different subset icons here, this schedule content button lets me create different page views or subset combinations of the rows on my schedule, and I can give them different names. This is all within a single license, just $349 per year. If you have a single person that manages your schedule and it's a single group of staff that all covers all sorts of different things, you may want a single license that's just a bit big, like this one. We don't charge differently by the number of services or staff or anything like that. Now, a micro enterprise is pretty rarely used. If you're building your schedule as a single license and you start to include sites, which can be different colored combinations of your services. So I could have a north site, then I can say that one of my services, the number one service, is part of the north site. It lets it be color coded along the left here. If you add enough sites, you'll end up with the option for a micro enterprise. To my mind, there isn't a huge benefit to doing things this way. You're still a single person managing a big schedule. It becomes a little bit easier to manage because you can color code your sites. But to me, that's basically the same thing as setting up these different subsets or page views. They're still managed roughly the same way. And with a micro enterprise, you're not really gaining any features, and you're also paying a little bit more. So, when folks ask me the things that you're asking me, I usually say, start with a single license. Make sure that the subset combinations don't accomplish what you're after. That's usually the simplest and least expensive way to go about it. If you have separate groups of staff that are separately managed by different people, then you probably want a real enterprise, which can have as few as 2 different licenses linked together under a view. And one person can manage one group of staff, the other person can manage the other group of staff. Of course, they can have backups and other people accessing the schedule, but if it's a separate group managed by a separate person, that usually means you need a separate license. And each of these licenses is $349 a year, regardless whether it's linked in as an enterprise or not. The micro enterprise is $9.99 a year, and to be quite frank with you, I'm not sure why we price it that way. I don't see the added benefit. Anyway, I'm going to send you this video, and I'll pop it up on YouTube and send it your way. If you'd like to connect and talk over anything else, I'm glad to, and you're welcome to share this video with anybody who wants to tinker around. Okay, thanks.